Today, we're talking about the biggest name among the founders of reggae music, as popular as it is today, Jimmy Cliff, an artist who melded poverty, hunger, pain, and struggle into his voice, and captivated the entire world. Today, we'll tell you his entire life story, from his beginnings to becoming one of the world's biggest music stars. Part 1. Childhood, poverty, struggle, and the birth of dreams. Jimmy Cliff was born on April 1st, 1948, into a very poor family in the St. James area of Jamaica. His parents worked hard to make ends meet, but food was often scarce. In Jimmy's home, no electricity, no good clothes, no money for school fees, and no one to help him fulfill his musical dreams. But Jimmy had a gift, his voice. He was small, but his voice was so powerful that people would stop on the street to hear him sing. From then on, Jimmy knew his future was music. Part 2. Leaving home for Kingston, the true beginning of the struggle. At the age of 16 to 17, Jimmy Cliff made a decision. He would go to Kingston to become a superstar. Kingston, Jamaica's most popular music destination. It was a major music hub, where thousands of people came daily to aspire to stardom. But Jimmy had no money, no place to live, no identity. He slept on the streets, went hungry, and waited for hours outside recording studios. Producers repeatedly said, "You're too young. Your voice is unique, but not commercial. Go home now." But Jimmy Cliff's answer was always the same. "I won't go back until I become a singer." Part 3. The first hit song that shocked all of Jamaica. After months of struggle, waiting, and trying, Jimmy finally got his break. His first song was recorded in 1962, Hurricane Hattie, and this song became a super hit. All of Jamaica heard Jimmy Cliff's voice for the first time, and everyone was stunned. A new star was born. After this, Jimmy delivered a string of hit songs: Miss Jamaica, King of Kings, One-Eyed Jacks. His name began to spread from the streets of Kingston throughout Jamaica. Part 4. Global Fame. When Jimmy Cliff made reggae. Global. In the 1960s to 70s, Jimmy Cliff delivered songs that became famous worldwide. Vietnam, which Bob Dylan called the world's greatest protest song, Wonderful World, Beautiful People, You Can Get It If You Really Want. These songs made Jimmy Cliff an international star, but the real explosion was yet to come. Part 5. The Harder They Come, the film that changed history. In 1972, Jimmy Cliff took the biggest step of his life. He starred in the film The Harder They Come. This film became the first Jamaican film to create a sensation on the international stage. Super hit film, iconic songs, Jimmy Cliff, famous all over the world. This film showed the world the true face of reggae music for the first time. Even today, critics say, Jimmy Cliff did the greatest work in popularizing reggae worldwide. Part 6. The struggles hidden behind fame. A life seems glamorous, but who sees the pain? Jimmy Cliff faced many hardships. Contract fraud, he didn't even get paid for his songs. Bouts of depression, long periods of separation from family. The pressures of fame, music industry, politics. There was a time when Jimmy considered quitting music, but then he said to himself, "If the world breaks me, I'll sing louder." This thought kept him going. Part 7. Honors, awards, and the world's love. Some of the major honors Jimmy Cliff has received. One of the few reggae artists to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jamaica's second highest national honor, the Order of Merit, thousands of concerts worldwide, his songs in Hollywood movies. His voice still fills people around the world with positivity, hope, and peace. Part 8. Lifestyle. Simple life, big heart. Jimmy Cliff's lifestyle is quite simple. He meditates, spends time in nature by the sea, eats vegan and light food, reads spiritual books, doesn't get involved in politics, always smiling. Even today, he practices music for 2 to 3 hours every day. His home is filled with more books, music, and awards than luxury. R. Part 9. Unheard Facts. Very few people know. 1. Jimmy Cliff started writing songs in his own language as a child. 2. Before Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff was Jamaica's biggest international music star. 3. Jimmy Cliff can speak more than 7 languages. 4. He performed many of the stunts in The Harder They Come himself. 5. He wrote more than 100 songs, and many of them are based on politics and the pain of society. 6. Jimmy still says today, "I am still a student of life." Jimmy Cliff's life teaches us this. No dream is too big. No person is too small. If you have passion, hard work, and a refusal to give up, then one day the world will surely hear your voice.